Thank you so much, Zeke. I'm claystehling. Of course, BallaTW here with me. That was an amazing crash pad class there from Sundown and Shy Wager. We got a little education here on the Fortnite stream. Hart, though, looking to educate us on how he got that victory royale.
What a game from him, too. Pushing him all the way up to third place. Things will be looking very, very well for him in the next couple of games, but who knows? Still so many things to consider. Mr. Savage in the off-spawn fight, we saw him fall early in the last game, but he's got the crash pads, and like we just saw in the class, especially in game one, he can use them to his advantage. The diagonal shot again, and quick damage. The tack shot will follow up, and he's not letting him go, but let's get back all the way through the same crash pad again, and this time, there's no escape. There's no way you can place a wall in between there. Savage with the knowledge of the environment.
Wood walls, this control coming over here for Seventor, trying to get the edit. He is not going to get it, almost boxed like a fish there, but he is going to be able to get the wall now. That player running got a good chunk of damage off, but the pressure is still on. He's trying to go back and forth. That player thought he got him, and a little bit of a bait and switch there. Seventor is just running this player around his own box. He doesn't own much of this, but he's playing like he does. And I think this is going to be the elimination. Wall's been taking the stair, trying to be edited. That player finally goes down and he tries to get out. But the edit, they're just trying to let Seventor in at this point. And Seventor almost gets caught with his pickaxe out, but he gets the elimination.
Cohorts did the other day too. It was them outside of top 10 as we approached the halfway mark. And then from then they started to explode. We saw a couple of elims in the feed. I saw Benji take down Toos, I believe, at Slurpy Swamps. And we also saw Letchi fall potentially at Lazy Lake, but this fight here from Orion. Again, I think at Coral Castle he flips, but the wall is not his behind, so he's stuck between two of his own, and the crash pad will get him out of that situation. He continues the aggression though, wall after wall, and yes, right onto the face of Clog as he couldn't get the reset fast.
Continuing this pressure from up above and down below, this player just running away, and Mark Toad is on the offense of the crash pad going in. That wasn't the best one, as it sent him the opposite direction he wanted to go. But he's doing so well. He's tracking this player well, baits him out, but unfortunately Temei was ready for it.
The other side of the map, we have Wakey taking a couple snipe shots, trading a couple of snipe shots on both sides of this. Maybe got the tag as that player boxed up on the backside. It almost gets a second, but time is sitting still. Kinzel finds one too, even though what we saw from the Book of Cup. Okay, Wakey, headshots, snipe out of the hunting rifle. We got a replay of, I believe, Benji Clay.
Yeah, I'm going to see how he picked up this first elimination here at Slurpy. The shots do come through. He does lose a lot of HP, but again, the tack just catching easy off guard. That's a big elimination. This is, again, a different Rezon than we saw yesterday. He's trying to replicate that playstyle, and I just unfortunately don't think it's working there for him, because he is going to get in. The shot is not going to connect. That player did get a heal off there. Rezon, though, trying to track him effectively. The pepper will be popped. Now he's got that movement on his side. Now he can move back through fluidly. That player going to be around top of the 66 is going to go through, and he is going to take down Belvid. The elimination does actually come through. Need that feed if he's going to be able to pick it up. On the other hand, Noah Riley looking to set up a little bit of an ambush on this player. The beam does come through. That player is not going to be happy about the amount of HP they just lost. And Noah Riley trying to hop in the box. And Kazik going to go down early yet again.
Going to be an easy target for him. Ended up doing very well in the last couple of games. Today it's kind of a different story. Wolfie's again though aggressive, like we said. Hit that snipe and he's continuing forward. This is going to be a box fight against, I believe, Toos. Don't forget he hit that hunting rifle shot earlier. Oh, what a play, what attack from Wolfie's. Uses the door at it instead so he can charge his shotgun up.
One who does not need an elimination, however, is Lunif. Look at this loadout. It is stacked to the brim with everything you could possibly want, hitting some shots on the players that are fighting nearby. He's looking to try to just cause some chaos. That elimination point could be there for him, and he's actually going to get it there onto Lufu through the tree, as he's going to educate us a little bit there about the stars up above.
To have a brief moment of stardom was Art Talks. The way that he W-keyed out an early game, especially out of Retail Row, was something to behold, and I think he's doing the same thing again, but early game will not win you tournaments. He may be putting that up to the test right now with the 18 points that he has.
Who's got a flopper? Who's got a chug splash? Who doesn't? Someone who does have floppers here, Seventor. They have to be careful though about that bush.
And a reason for that too is these games are very, very stacked when it comes down to it. When it gets in that final zone, you typically see 4 4 or 5 people up when that zone closes. As we watch Seventor barrel through. Yeah, but his position doesn't really give him that much until this box fight comes. This might look normally like a fight that he doesn't want to take, but now at this point gets the 1 tag and that will put him above. But at the same time, so many people fall and we might not even see the 5th zone surge. There it is, another tag. Oh my goodness, Bad Sniper hit shot after shot after shot, and that's Foki down, who's in the top 10. Bad Sniper, the way that he's playing in second, he's just put 1 player more down that cannot catch up to him in this case. Still really tied up with Benji at this point. There's Benji, a little bit of trouble for him as he has to heal up, and we're wondering now where the 5th zone is, because if he's healing before that rotation, that might be very, very difficult for Benji to actually reconcile in this.
Actually is a little closer there, but there's a player on the other side of the wall and he doesn't notice, and he's going to go down. So out in 53rd place, does not get any more placement, no more elim, so gonna sit around 28 points. So if Bad Sniper is able to get more than 28 points, he will take the lead, as well as Carton, who picked up the dub.
I have to wonder if that was a 4th zone rotate gone wrong. The situation he was in looked like had to heal as he made it in the zone, and then everybody there is paying attention to when you hear that cracked shield. And again, Benji falls before endgame, which hasn't happened yet today, but typically we see that being a big issue for him, making out an early game in those fights and then through mid game, because he's just so good at finding these opportunities, but they do bite him in the butt time after time.
Someone we haven't seen in endgame really yet is Chapix. He's been a very dominant force throughout Europe's history, but recently has not been where he wants to be. So solo's very, very good for him. We'll see if he's able to capitalize. He does have a player right below. He's looking to drop him on down. He knows he's on that cone. He is going to get it, and Flo is going to go down, and that's Caddy. That's the Caddy mythic loot right there.
Oh my goodness, what a boon for Chapix. And maybe he'll boom up the standings right now, because Caddy launcher in his hands. And he will already start to put that to good use. Picks up the shot, or the charge shotgun. What a play there for him to recognize that player's up in his cone, recognize that he can break through the wall without him possibly noticing, and then also start to break down the floor. And then when you're in that position, it's like, what do I do? Do I edit out of my cone, potentially get boxed up by somebody else, or start to get lobby focused? Or do I take the fight? Opts to take the fight and unfortunately loses. Chapix will launch forward, and already he's on height. Doesn't have to use a caddy launcher at all, but now he has to be worried about his materials going forward. Takes out the launch pad so nobody else can use it, and now it's time to target in the air. There's a player in zone. He gets the tag, and that should be the elim too if he can continue to hold him, and that's Bad Sniper. What a hold! What a hold from Chapix. That was 2nd place, probably 1st now, and he's taking him out. So he slowed down this entire top 5 just in 3 fell swoops.
At least it opened for Carton, for Teak, for Chapix to take 1st place here. With that 1 elimination, that changes the entire way this end game is going to play out. Chapix being very heads up, going for height early, even though he's got the shockwave launcher, is not something we typically see with it. We typically see it played mid-ground until about 6th zone, and then you take it. But he said, you know what, it's going, I'm going to take high ground, and I'm going to impact this lobby. But look, we see Rezon alive in the end game.
And we saw him be able to actually fight against the caddy launcher, but it's not even caddy launcher that's throwing players out in the zone. This time it's a crash pad thrown from Chapix to break through the builds at the same time. The thing about him being high ground so early is that he's going to be able to affect people for much longer throughout this game. You talked about caddy launcher coming through in effect towards the end of the game, but this time he could sneak it up all the way right now, although a lot of floppers still alive and a lot of healing available. Teak still up in this game too. He was 4th before this game.
And this is showing that Teak isn't doing very well. Unfortunately, is going to fall there. Does go down to, I believe, a wave player. Chapix, though, on high, is using these crash pads so well. He's trying to break these players down. Is going to find a player down and almost gets him down to 1 shot, and he is. He's going to take down Steelix so well. He's not really using the caddy launcher just yet. He just used it to secure high ground and just to go with his raw ability, use his utility, and use his aim to get the elimination.
Yeah, man, you don't need the mobility of the crash pads when you have the shockwave launcher to fall back on, and also height for free. The cheapness of this tarp as we look as well at Thomas HD, who takes down another one, and I believe, yes, he's down. Chapek's still on height. Now it's the time for him to use the rockets to good use. We're in towards the 8 zone right now. Still 17 players up, and we're going to tune in with Thomas HD, who's kind of a little bit shambles, but low ground, we've seen this situation play out so favorably. And yes, it's Cartoon who goes down, the previous game winner. And Thomas HD, oh my goodness, onto Andalex. What is that flick from Thomas HD?
No sniper needed here for Thomas. He's got his charge shotgun in that mythic burst rifle in his inventory, and he is absolutely slaying out with it. 5 eliminations, and he's looking to get more. Looking on that low ground, he's possibly maybe gonna be able to get 6, 7. We'll see. He's playing so well right now. He did drop that extra AR. He does have crash pads as well, so he can make a play onto to high ground. On the low ground, it seems like is where he's comfortable at. Finding all these players on the backside of his own. The shots are continuously hitting. He's putting down damage. The crash pad gonna go through. He's in the box. Shots coming through. The shot's missing, but he ends up hitting it. That's his 6th elimination. Thomas HD on an absolute rampage here.
And the perfect awareness to see that player holding the stairs. He's going to phase right through with the crash pad. Now 7 players remaining. But again, we're going down the final moment. A big rocket. Where did that come from? All of a sudden, we said 7. We're down to 4 now. And Chapek's still on height. Thomas HD gets knocked out of the zone. And there is going to be a fight there up on height, though. It's Reason up against Chapek's. Again, trying to take out the shockwave launcher. We saw him do it yesterday. But unfortunately, today he will fall. 3rd place for Reason. Now a 1v1. Caddy launcher against Jules glider gun in the final situation.
And Addison with 4 elims does not have much more to work with in his inventory. He has the glider gun. He has got no match. He's just trying to chop on through and hope that he plays the HP game right. He hasn't taken a tick of zone damage yet. This is going off to who just gets the last tick of zone. It's down 9, 8, 7. Chapek is relatively healthy. They're about the same. No, Chapek is a little bit less. He's going to lose. This is going to be Addison to pick the dub up as long as Addison doesn't take any damage, and he does. Addison played that so well. He didn't get any damage off on him. Chapek's almost